But I'm going to talk a little bit about why this has happened. So I'm going to take the music industry as one example. So if you go back like 100 years, or maybe 200 years, the only way for musicians to make money was actually by going out to the streets and playing at different venues. And they were really happy about that. And then the record came, and people were upset in the music industry. They said, this is not good for us, because if we have the record, people will record the music, and we will never make money from playing again. So they tried banning this. But the record companies were really happy, because all of a sudden there was this new business, and they understood they could make money from it. So after a couple of years of fighting, people started realizing that records was good for both record companies and the artists, because more people listened to music, they spent more time on music, and they spent more money on music. So it was a great success for everyone involved. Then came radio, and the record companies and the artists were really upset. They said that with the radio, no one will buy our records anymore, because they will just listen to radio for free, and it will be really bad for us. So the record companies actually told all the artists that we have to ban this. And for maybe 5 years, there was big discussions about the legality of radio. In the end, it turned out that radio was the best thing that ever happened to the music industry, because people listened to radio, went out and bought the records, and people were more famous and they played at more gigs because people could listen to the music. So great success again. Then came a new invention. All of a sudden, you could record your music on a cassette. And the record companies and the artists again started complaining about this will end the radio, and radio is really successful for us, so we will not be able to sell records or make people listen to radio. They will just record it. And they tried fighting it again, and again, and again, and again. And it turned out that this was really good for the artists and the record companies, because people bought even more music and spent more money on this. So you see a trend here, I think. Then came the CD, and unfortunately Sweden was really good at producing crap music. Sorry for that. I'm not Swedish, but I can't complain about it. And the thing that happened with the CD was that all of the music became digital. And they didn't really understand that from the record companies, because they were behind this, pushing this new technology, because they wanted to be able to control the way we were doing things. They wanted to be able to control the music, because you couldn't really copy a CD in the beginning. You had to buy the CD. There was no CD burners or recorders like that. Then came intelligent people and made the internet everyday life. And with the internet, with the decentralization of the internet, that no one controls one single point, or like the central point of it, we had democratization. And with the digital music, all of a sudden you could send it peer-to-peer between people, and people wouldn't have to go directly to a record company and say, this is, the price we're going to have for it and all of that. They could just share this music. And this is where we are today. And people are obviously fighting this. And in the future, they're going to fight other things as well. It's not just going to be music. We're going to have machines as the RapRap and other 3D printers, which will produce products. I have a friend who has one of these 3D printers, and every time he has something broken in his house, he tries to actually print a new version of it. He actually printed a whole bumper for his Volvo 240. Probably more expensive right now than actually buying one, but it's a good example of what's going to be pirated in the future. We're going to have pirated jeans, we're going to have pirated shoes, we're going to do all of that pirated, or buying them directly from the people creating the designs. And it's going to revolutionize so much of how we think about the world, and it's going to affect what piracy stands for.